Greetings and salutations, I am the Raven. This is Arcade Spirits. Joining me for it is JKLantern.
I'm still here? How did that happen?
You're not allowed to leave yet.
Yes, you're not. You are a very special character. Just wait.
Next up, also who's going to be here forever because they did not read the small print is StarprincessHLC.
I mean, technically, you're stuck with me anyway because Lantern's stuck here.
True.
But we still love you anyway.
Wherever he goes, she goes too.
Next up is Sarot, who helped me write that small print.
So that's why you had me weld those doors shut earlier. Huh.
Maybe blissfully unaware, Viola.
I've been here for a while. I assume I can't leave.
I was gonna say you were one of the first people.
Yeah, I helped make this thing.
Yep. And finally, but definitely not least, and still can't escape, Yoko.
It's fine, I just need bleach for my ears, my eyes, and my brain.
Alright then.
That brings to mind a work story, and I'm not gonna tell it right now.
Not the time.
Again?
If Francine's really taking that back there, hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. Gavin. My first coworker ended up slightly less cool of a guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figure I can give this guy an honest chance.
And he's still not Falcon.
Thank God. Anyway, I should go meet my next coworker. This Naomi that he mentioned. I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now.
So Naomi is actually a really nerd reference.
Just
Naomi, does the game bring it up?
Naomi. A double door, also marked employees only, also with an apostrophe, leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort.
Ooh.
Well, it's very clear that only one employee is only allowed at the time.
I turn the handle and step inside. In a little room tucked away between the back offices and the Funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken of only in myth and legend.
Thank God that's an old monitor.
A girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. Huh. I didn't realize they had so many circuits.
They do now.
Aha!
She doesn't notice me when I come in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of this poorly ventilated workshop. Also flux. So much flux. Excuse me. For lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense.
Hello? Hey, you know, this room is for employees only.
I get that a lot. She said, with no apostrophe.
I mean, how do you say an apostrophe?
I don't know.
It's in the intent.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
A Big Mac.
Come on. I'm Sparrowson. I'm the new floor attendant, starting today. Do we have a McDonald's nearby?
Oh! Hi! I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Whoops.
She spares a glance at her phone on the nearby workbench, where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her.
Wow.
Wow.
I want to go with the first option.
Yeah, let's not go with the second one.
Yes.
This room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. With the heavy doors closed behind me, I can barely hear the arcade. I had to retrain myself to hear all the boops and bleeps again. Huh. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also why. But what I first notice is the smile. Even when squinting to see the tiny components on that circuit board, even when laser focused, she was smiling happily.
So,
Oh,
speaking of
weird.
circuit boards, the name Naomi was also the name of Sega's arcade hardware architecture back in the early 2000s. I think it was around the time of the Dreamcast. But yeah, their standard arcade board was the Naomi, which they used in all of their arcade cabinets.
Look at her last name.
Anyway,
Uh,
I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex Techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. Usually checks up on me about now.
He's busy doing strange magic with numbers.
Dance, numbers, dance.
That's him, alright. Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it they sent you along to help? Great! Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Really? What happened last time?
people died, man.
Well, I dropped it and I really don't want it to happen again because I feel like garbage.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
right. She helps me lift the large cathode ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet.
Oh.
Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell.
I mean, yeah. How do you expect this to work?
This is the first time I've seen inside of one of those things. It's weird. Lots of empty space, couple large slabs of circuits, and that beefy monitor.
It's beautiful.
I think that's how Falcon referred to me one time.
Oh.
Yes, I'm
So
kind of
why
thinking
is
that.
it so empty in there?
Oh, okay, the first one.
Yeah, I would have said first one too.
Why is it so empty in there? That seems inefficient. Couldn't you pack more games in the arcade if it was more compact?
Not really. It's more about the footprint on the floor than the vertical height.
Naomi keeps working, using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as she speaks.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down, but I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
She finishes speaking a completely foreign language to me and closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the keyring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. There's genuine joy in that smile. Not just at a job well done, but at looking at the whole thing like it's a fine sculpture.
Arcade cabinets can be very sexy things.
Ooh, I love the classic midway GM style. Look at those sharp angles, the side art decals, the bold font on the marquee, the bezel artwork.
The what on the what and the what artwork? With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me.
The strip across the top with the game title. That's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor. That's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience.
As for me, well,
I really want to play Joust, damn it.
do we have Pong? I could use Pong right about now.
On.
I'm assuming the middle one.
And we probably want to go with the middle one, just to be nice.
The middle one is legitimately how I feel, so...
Yeah.
The way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, this box of wooden circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff.
Means I don't have a chance romancing her. She's clearly taken.
Wow!
She is
Wow.
married to the cabinets.
Of course.
She is married to the Joust cabinet, specifically.
When no one's looking, she's hugging the cabinets.
Oh, ostrich, you will be mine!
No.
I think I understand, and I will not go any further with that joke.
We shall not ruin Naomi.
I'm cutting it right there to keep this PG, guys. It was made to be one whole thing. The art, the style, and of course the game itself. All of it part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run an emulator on a game console instead, it's made lesser. And how right this actually is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way.
Oh, good.
Naomi lights up with joy like a pinball machine and all twinkly and shiny.
Aw.
It really speaks to the bird part of my brain.
So few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk about this stuff is going to be great! Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers.
Gavin? Besides the blaringly obvious, what's wrong with Gavin?
Okay, well, don't get me wrong, you can get along with him. Generally, but his old attitude just... All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had this way, that if he had his way, he'd get the whole place.
Anyone else has to see Yoko pulling this look?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very me face.
Yeah.
If anybody's gonna ruin the Funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable.
He can't ruin the Funplex. We're gonna ruin the Funplex. Wait, what?
No.
That's what we've been hired for. But, you know, that doesn't sound quite right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, he's easy enough to fool with the high deception role. And he gave me that whole speech about protecting dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here. A long-standing argument that the new guy really shouldn't get involved with. And yet, I am involved, aren't I? If I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin,
Wow, wow, wow.
So, I'm not sure if I should prod at it, but I kinda want to poke.
Poke.
Because I'm me. Clear the
Yeah.
air, find out more. I get this is touchy, but I've got popcorn, and if I'm going to work here, I think we should all be honest with each other. No gossiping. So I gotta know, why do you think Gavin wants to destroy the arcade? He buys into Francine's idea that this is a place for dreams.
Good job, V.
And for those that can't see watching this video, Viola has posted into the chat the emoji eating popcorn.
Nom,
Yes.
nom, nom, nom.
He
I'm
says,
gonna pour myself popcorn. Give me 1 second.
but I know him. He's willing to sacrifice too much just to keep the whole thing afloat. Road to hell, best intentions, etc., etc., etc. If he had his way, this place would be like Becker's Palace. Nothing but ticket games and prize catchers.
Ugh.
Ugh.
He thinks actual video games are too expensive. A waste of floor space. I bet he'd remove them all if he had his way. I just don't trust him. I don't trust him to do the right thing. But that's my problem, not yours. Sorry to drop gossip on your head like this. Thanks for hearing me out anyway.
Your sick is falling on my head.
I already really like Naomi.
Yeah.
Right! Let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part.
We're gonna. No, I'm not gonna make that joke.
You seem a
Keep.
strong strapping kind of guy. Well, a strong guy at least.
Well, a guy at least. Damn it, game! I was kidding.
Nice.
Oh, you're a guy, I think.
Why do I see that happening at least? Why do I see
You
this
know-
happening at least once per recording session?
Because this game has the right sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankly, I've heard that way too often, so eh.
Eh.
Okay, let's get to it.
Heave ho.
Mhm.
Right, a little to the left now, and sorry for the sudden noise.
Enjoy your family.
Yes.
Mhm.
Quick, someone cover.
Sorry. Right, a little to the left now. My left. You're right. Careful.
Don't hurt my baby.
Now forward. Right. Correct. I mean, no. Not turn to the right. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. And there. Carefully. Tip it into place. Victory!
I'm having a
The flashback
flashback.
for soda machine. I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbors. The two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy, especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched or worse, falling over.
We have to protect the joust machine. That's where the money is.
But with the work done, she's all smiles again.
Okay. Glad to be done with that one. I swear I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck. But I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback. But thanks for helping me out, Sparson. I think you're gonna do just great here.
Happy to...
Huh?
Did he just
Oh.
have a stroke?
He's hungry.
Oh,
Oh.
right. Stomach growling. Food required. Except... I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
That's okay. Now, I'm just talking here, but if you had pizza on a bagel...
Guess what lunch was at work yesterday?
God,
Nice.
fucking.
And on that news, it's time to bring this session to an end. Well, this video to an end. I have been your host, The Raven. This has been Arcade Spirits. Joining me has been Yoko,
Please.
Viola,
Pizza on a bagel.
Surat,
You know, we're going to have a lot of pizza on a bagel at some point.
Mm-hmm.
StarprincessHLC,
I mean, it could be worse. It could be a bunch of honeydew melons.
Oh god.
and JKLantern.
I made 150 pizzas on a bagel yesterday, along with several pizzas on a French bread when I ran out of bagels, and then several pizzas on micro pita bread when I ran out of French bread.
Okay, that's a lot of bread. So yes, until next time, peace out, be good. Later.
Pizza on a bagel.
Pizza on a
Take
bagel.
care, folks.